Okay, we've got a PMCC and large dataset question here. So it says a random sample of 15 days is taken from the large dataset for Perth in June and July of 1987. The scatter diagram in figure 1 displays the values of two of the variables for these 15 days. Describe the correlation. Okay, so we can see that it is a negative correlation. So it is a negative correlation there. Okay, now the variable on the x-axis is the daily mean temperature. Using your knowledge of the large data set, suggest which variable is on the y-axis. So there's a few options we could have. We could have perhaps rainfall. Rainfall could be one. That would be in millimeters. This is, by the way, that's part A. This is part B. Rainfall, or we could have pressure. So pressure. And remember, pressure is in hectopascals. There we go. Yeah, or millibars, we could say. Okay, yeah, so the y-axis. Now, part 2, state the units that are used in the large data set for this variable. So it's basically going to be rainfall and millimeters, or pressure and hectopascals. That's a H there. But you don't have to say hectopascals. You could say millibars as well, MB, millibars. Or you could write it out. You could say millibars. Okay, that's that one. Now, Stav believes that there is a correlation between the daily total sunshine and the daily maximum relative humidity at Heathrow. He calculates the PMCC between the two variables for the random sample of 30 days and obtains that R is equal to minus 0.377. Carry out a suitable test to investigate Stav's belief at a 5% level of significance. State your hypotheses clearly and your critical values. So first of all, we need to define our null and our alternative hypothesis. So in this situation, our null hypothesis is that rho is equal to 0. And our alternative hypothesis is that rho is not equal to 0 in this particular case. Okay, because it says Stav believes that there is a correlation, but Stav doesn't know whether it's positive or negative. So we're going to basically put that that rho is not equal to 0. So we've got a two-tailed test. So we've got a two-tailed test now, which means that we need to halve the significance level. So we need to be looking at 2.5%, and it is a series of how many days? 30 days. So I'm looking in the table here for critical values for correlation coefficients, and I'm going to take a 0.025 level of significance because we have a two-tailed test, and it is for 30 days. So let's have a look and see what value that's going to give us. So here we are. Just make sure I've got my ruler lined up correctly. Yes, so I'm getting 0.3061. Okay, so let's write that down. So that is 0.3061. So that's like our critical value, okay? Now, we've got to decide now, are we going to use a positive value or are we going to use a negative value? So we are going to use a negative value. Let me just check that I've written down my, read that correctly again, because I'm just second guessing myself there now. Yeah, that does look correct. Oh no. Look what I've done. I've read the, I think I've inadvertently read off the 5% level. So actually, the one that I want is this one here, 0.3610. There we go. That's better. So let's write that down. So we actually want 0.3610. There we go. I was reading the wrong column. So that's our 2.5%. So this is our critical value here. Now, we've got to decide, are we going to use positive or negative here? Well, Stav has calculated it to be minus 0.377. So that means that we're going to say that minus 0.3610 is our critical value. Now, in this case, the way that this works is when we're over at this end of the distribution, anything that's less than that 0.3610 is going to be in our critical region. So this is our critical region here. And let's see where Stav's value falls within this. So Stav's value is at minus 0.377, and minus 0.377 is less than minus 0.360. So we're here at minus 0.377. In other words, we are in the critical region. Okay, so the result is significant, and we're going to say that there is enough evidence to reject HO, and there's enough evidence to suggest that there is a correlation between the daily total sunshine and the daily maximum relative humidity. Okay, so just to save the time there on that one, just so you can see, here's the actual mark scheme, and it says, you can see that it says that the critical value is that the value that we've got is less than the critical value, so significant result, and there is evidence of a correlation between the daily total sunshine and the daily maximum relative humidity. Okay, because crucially we're in this critical region here. So we're going to say that we can reject HO, and we can say that there is evidence of a relationship. Okay, now what's next? Oh my goodness, let's see what's happening next. Oh, it doesn't look too bad, 1 mark. It says, on a random day at Heathrow, the daily maximum relative humidity was 97%. Comment on the number of hours of sunshine that you would expect on that day, giving a reason for your answer. So if we've got very high humidity, there is evidence, and we've got evidence of a correlation of R being less than 0. So we'd expect the amount of sunshine to be lower than the average for Heathrow. Okay, so when we've got high humidity would be associated with lower amount of sunshine. Okay, so it says comment on the number of hours of sunshine you would expect on that day, giving a reason for your answer. So we've got like a negative correlation here between the humidity and the sunshine. So basically what we're saying is we're expecting very high humidity would be associated with lower sunshine. So that's what we should say for that one. I hope you found that helpful. Remember, if you are finding these videos useful, if you could subscribe to the channel, that's going to help me keep on producing more videos. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.